Delray Beach, the most fun small town in America, and that's not just a slogan. If you've ever walked down Atlantic Avenue on a Saturday night, you know why. The restaurants are packed, live music flows into the streets, and the whole place feels like one big block party. But here's the thing, most people who are thinking about moving to Delray don't really know where to start. They hear it's fun, artsy, and beachy, but what does that actually mean if you're living here? Which neighborhoods make sense? Where do families go? And where do you live if you want peace and quiet versus being right in the action? 2 years ago, I put out a Delray city guide that gave you the highlights, but let's be real, 10 minutes wasn't enough. Since then, we've been back in Delray constantly showing homes, checking out new restaurants, exploring projects, and seeing firsthand how this city keeps leveling up. Delray is in a totally different place than it was 2 years ago, but it's definitely gotten better. More restaurants, more developments, more energy, and 2025 is all about giving you as much value as possible. That's what I've built this channel on. It's what we've built our business on too. The J. Alexander Group has helped over 1,000 people buy and sell homes across South Florida, backed by 200 5-star Google reviews. So today you're getting the full unfiltered 20-minute city guide to Delray Beach in 2025, real estate, neighborhoods, schools, food, things to do, and what's coming next. And don't forget to grab our free relocation guide. It's loaded with insider info from Palm Beach down to Miami. You'll find the link in the description down below. All right, let's go ahead and get into Delray. Delray Beach sits right in the middle of Palm Beach County. Boca is to the south, Boynton to the north, West Palm is about 30 minutes away. Fort Lauderdale is closer to 40. Miami is just over an hour. Delray is not massive. The population is around 70,000, but it feels bigger because of the energy. It has that really unique mix of small town charm and big city perks. You can walk downtown, check out local art, and bump into neighbors, but at the same time, you've got world-class restaurants, luxury hotels, and nightlife that can compete with anywhere in South Florida. The nickname most fun small town in America really does make sense. One night you're having cocktails on a rooftop at the Ray, the next morning you're grabbing coffee in Pineapple Grove, and by the afternoon you're biking along A1A with the beach just steps away. It's social, it's active, it's eclectic, and it somehow works for families, retirees, snowbirds, and young professionals all at once. People start their search in Boca because it's the name everyone knows, but then they stumble onto Delray and realize it checks all the same boxes but with a different vibe. A lot of them end up choosing Delray instead. Another big plus is the schools. Depending on where you live, you might actually be zoned for some of Boca's A-rated schools, so you get strong education options while living in Delray's more laid-back, artsy, coastal environment. And the best part is Delray keeps getting better and better. New restaurants, new hotels, new developments. Every year it feels like there's more to do and more reasons people are falling in love with it. That's why demand keeps climbing and why it's one of the hottest spots in all of South Florida. The market here is still hot, still competitive, and it continues to attract buyers from all over the country. We usually break it down into East Delray and West Delray. Both sides have their own vibe, but let's start with East because that's where so much of the action happens. East Delray has this really cool mix of history and character. You see it in the cottage-style homes scattered all over downtown. It's made up of 5 official historic districts: Old School Square, Marina District, Nassau Park, West Settlers, and Del Ida Park. Each one has its own vibe, from 1930s bungalows to Mediterranean-style homes to clusters of historic cottages. On top of that, downtown is broken into its own neighborhoods, each with personality. The setup on West Atlantic is full of cultural history and roots. Pineapple Grove is artsy and eclectic with galleries, studios, and great restaurants. The Ave is the heartbeat with dining, shopping, nightlife, and energy at all hours. Sofa, which is south of Atlantic, has more of that urban feel with luxury apartments and condos. US 1 gives you the urban corridor vibe with shops and restaurants lined along Federal. And then there's Beachside, east of the Intracoastal, where life slows down into the relaxed beach lifestyle just steps from the ocean. When it comes to real estate in East Delray, you've got everything. If condo living on the ocean is what you want, check out 1625 Ocean Delray, built in 2023. Seagate Residences isn't on the sand, but it's right across the street. Ocean Place is a boutique building with just 28 residences. 1177 Modern is another with only 16 units just a block from the beach. In Pineapple Grove, you've got City Walk with about 40 units, and next door, Pineapple Grove Village with around 160 units. If townhomes are more your vibe, you'll find plenty. Some are tiny communities of only 2 to 4 homes, a few newer ones that stand out out are Mirage Residences finishing this year, Serene Villas over on George Bush Boulevard with 6 ultra-luxury residences, Casarina Townhomes built in 2021, just 630 feet from the beach, and Marina Bay or Estuary for something right on the Intracoastal. Canary Row and Pineapple Grove is also a favorite. Now, single-family homes in East Delray are some of the most desirable in the area. You have Lake Ida, which is one of the most popular, with older homes constantly being torn down and replaced by everything from modern builds to Key West style and transitional designs. Tropic Isles is perfect for boaters that are looking for docks on the Intracoastal. Pelican Harbor is another strong waterfront option. And if you want to be closer to the beach, Seagate and Delray Beach Shores give you both intracoastal living and just a short walk across A1A to the sand. Vista Del Mar is also always in demand. For something with more charm and history, Del Park and Del Ida Park are great spots, while Plumosa Park and High Acres nearby are also popular. Tropic Palms is a good option if you want something close to downtown but still very residential. And the best part, most single-family neighborhoods in East Delray don't have an HOA. You won't see many 55 and over communities here, but there are a few standouts like Seagate Towers and Seagate Manor on the Intracoastal and Banyan House on the ocean. And then of course, new construction. East of I-95, there's not much room for big new neighborhoods, so what you'll mostly see are teardowns replaced with massive modern custom homes. But there are some exciting projects too. Onyx Residence is one of them, a boutique building with 26 units, 3 blocks from Atlantic Avenue. Atlantic Grove is a tri-level townhome community just finished earlier this year, half a block off the Ave. And then there's Atlantic Crossing, which is a huge mixed-use project that will bring Class A office space, new restaurants, luxury apartments, and parkside condos, expected to start in 2026. So yeah, East Delray is where the action is. When I say West Delray, I usually mean west of I-95, but just like in Boca, you could argue the area between I-95 and the Turnpike is kind of central. Either way, once you get past 95, the vibes change. This is where you see the 55 and over lifestyle really shine. Valencia Palms, Valencia Falls, Delray Trails, Avalon Trails, Boca Delray Golf and Country Club, Villaggio Reserve, Villa Borghese, Vizcaya, Rainberry Bay, Cocoa Wood Lakes. The list goes on and on and on. If you're 55 and up and want that social amenity packed lifestyle, West Delray is the place to be, but it's not just 55 plus. The country club lifestyle is alive and well here too. You have Addison Reserve, Meisner Country Club, the Polo Club, and Del Air are some of the best. Seagate Country Club at the Hamlet is another, and the beauty there is that membership is optional. West Delray also has some heavy hitting luxury communities. You have Stone Creek Ranch, which is at the top, which is one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in all of South Florida, often called Billionaires Row. Lots average 2.5 to 3 acres, and just this year, a home sold for $50.5 million and another for $27.7 million. Grammy winner Alicia Keys is even building here now. Right down the street, you've got Seven Bridges and The Bridges, both huge GL home communities with every amenity that you can think of. Delray Lakes, just west of the Turnpike, is another solid option. Tierra del Rey has oversized lots in an equestrian style setting west of 441. Other big names include Meisner Grand Estates, Meisner's Preserve, Saturnia Isles, Dakota, and Polo Trace. And because West Delray actually has space, you've got new construction happening too. Leighton Point by Toll Brothers is right off of Military and Sherwood. It's private, only 31 homes, all luxury, ranging from 2,600 to over 4,200 square feet with 3 to 6 bedrooms and flexible layouts. If you're 55 plus, Delray Trails, the villas, is brand new and already popular. There are duplex style villas that are priced between 450 to 520,000, around 1,300 to just under 1,500 square feet, 2 to 3 bedrooms, and all with a garage. The amenities cover everything you'd want in a modern 55 plus community. Modern Garden Estates is another one to watch. Just 20 custom homes off of Atlantic and Lyons Road. Each one is 1 to 2 acre lots. First homes are being finished this year. Think soaring ceilings, massive windows, fountains, private gardens, and top of the line everything. And Mateo Court, right off of Lake Ida and Barwick, is a boutique community of only 10 luxury estate homes, and the lots range from 14,000 to 29,000 square feet with home sizes between 2,950 and 4,650 square feet. Pricing starts around 2.8 million and goes up to 5 million. So whether it's 55 plus, country clubs, gated estates, or brand new builds, West Delray really does have it all. Let's start with shopping before we get into food. Delray doesn't really have an indoor mall like Boca, but you've got plenty of options. Out east, you've got Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and Fresh Market, all of the healthy go-tos. Then there's the Boys Supermarket, which is off of Military, which is a total Delray institution, by the way. It's always packed and people swear by their produce, the deli and the bakery. You head west past the Turnpike and you've got Delray Marketplace. That's your all-in-one spot with shops, restaurants, entertainment, and even a movie theater. Diagonal from there, you'll find Joseph's Italian Market, which is packed with Italian specialties like fresh pasta, deli meats, prepared foods, you name it. And if you want the big mall experience, Town Center Mall in Boca is only about 15 minutes away. That's where you're gonna find your luxury shopping and big brands. Now let's talk about food, my favorite part, because Delray is built for foodies and everything starts on Atlantic Avenue. If you've ever been here, you know the energy, sidewalk cafes, live music spilling into the streets, people everywhere in restaurants, one after another. If you're craving Italian, Delray delivers. Tremonti is one of the OGs, and by OG, I mean outstanding gem, not original gangster. Though, let's be honest, it's an Italian restaurant, so I'm sure a gangster or two have probably eaten there. Casa La Acqua is another favorite, cozy and award-winning. Their ricotta and truffle pasta pillows are absolutely ridiculous. Gabriella's is one of the newer hotspots, stylish, lively, and definitely a C and B scene kind of place. La Sorelle is family run with authentic Italian flavors, and then Elisabetta's rounds it out. I personally rank it behind the other three, but it's still solid and always busy. Now you mix in La Coloniale, which is gorgeous inside and has French Vietnamese flavors that feel upscale but approachable. If you're into steak, Cut 432 is the classic. Avalon is strong, and Bourbon Steak by Chef Michael Mina is the big new player. Wagyu, Kobe, and tableside presentations that make dinner feel like a show. And if you want something different, Dada is one of the most iconic spots in Delray. It's inside a historic house with a funky vibe, and their braised short rib is excellent. Jimmy's Bistro is small but always on point. City Oyster is buzzing nonstop with sushi, oysters, and cocktails. J&J Seafood does amazing Mediterranean-style snapper over risotto. For Asian flavors, Hawkers nails street food. My go-to is their CKT noodles loaded with shrimp, chicken, sausage, veggies, and noodles tossed in a rich soy and pork sauce. Kapow is high energy with pan-Asian dishes and murals on the walls. My wife and I love their Peking duck with fried rice. And then there's Rocahula, one of the most unique restaurants on the Ave. It's a modern Asian tiki bar with cocktails that double as entertainment. One's called El Narco, and it comes with Pablo Escobar's face on it, which is pretty funny. The sushi is top-notch, the bao buns are solid, and the tuna crispy rice is one of the best bites you'll have in Delray. And of course, you've got the staples, Park Tavern, The Office, and Rocco's Tacos, which are all fun, all reliable. Amar Mediterranean is a standout with fresh Lebanese flavors. For brunch, Bridge Cafe is my pick. Their chorizo and shrimp grits are insane, and the lemon ricotta pancakes are so fluffy they'll ruin you for regular pancakes. Closer to the beach, you've got Luna Rosa, which is legendary for brunch with an ocean view. Next door is Boston's on the Beach, which is a casual classic with live music and drinks flowing steps from the sand. One block north of Atlantic, you're in Pineapple Grove, which also has its own personality. Artsy, colorful, and full of gems. Akira Back is a star. Michelin-starred chef just named one of the top 100 hotel restaurants in the US. Sushi, Wagyu tacos, creative rolls, it's next level. El Camino is always fun with tacos and tequila. Rose's Daughter is cozy, elevated Italian. Their short rib pappardelle is a must. The Grove is intimate and one of the best in town with thoughtful farm-to-table dishes. Delray Bistro has been a local favorite since 2007 with seasonal menus and great cocktails. Table 165 is a hidden gem. Chef Cotton, hopefully that's how you say it, who used to be a private chef, now runs the show, and her swordfish might be the best I've ever had. Lulu's Cafe and Cocktails is colorful and lively, a perfect brunch to drink spot, and Papa's Tapas is laid back and authentic, serving Spanish tapas and sangria for years. Before leaving downtown, I've got to mention a few cafes. Coffee District is always solid. Glimmer Cafe is stunning. Inside, probably the most gorgeous cafe in Delray, and their tiramisu latte is my go-to. And Colombian Coffee House makes a strong, authentic cup with great pastries. Now heading west, the food scene keeps going. MIA Kitchen is one of my absolute favorites. My go-to are the scallops with black truffle risotto and lobster butter, and the veal chop a la vodka with shaved truffle on top both are unreal. Death by Pizza has a cult following, and Delray also has New Haven classics like Ah Beats and Frank Pepe's. On weekends, I like to bring my girls to the Girls You Pick Strawberry Patch. We'll pick strawberries, we'll feed the animals, grab a slice of pizza at Bambini's, and then finish with ice cream or one of those key lime pie milkshakes. Their strawberry shortcake is also amazing, by the way. The Warren is another standout. Their whiskey selection is huge, and two of my favorites here are the Damn Good Lobster Mac and Cheese and the Pan-Seared Chilean Sea Bass. Both are outstanding. At Delray Marketplace, Bird and Max's is a fun American spot, and Batch Southern Kitchen is a great brunch option. Sicilian Oven is perfect for pizza, and for Mexican, La Bamba is always solid. I love their margaritas, their chips and salsa, the 3-cheese fundido, and my go-to is a carne asada. And bagels with deli, probably the best bagels in town, fresh, chewy, and perfect with their full deli menu. Bottom line, Delray's food scene doesn't miss. Whether you're downtown, beachside, or out west, there's something for every craving. So we've talked about shopping and dining, but let's get into all the other things that make Delray such a fun place to live. There's always something going on here, no matter what you're into. Obviously, we've got to start with the beach. Delray Beach has one of the best stretches of sand in South Florida. It's wide, it's clean, and the parking is actually decent compared to a lot of other cities. You'll see people paddleboarding, surfing, fishing, or just setting up chairs and umbrellas for the day. And the best part is you've got restaurants and shops literally right across A1A, so grabbing lunch or a drink after the beach couldn't be easier. And then, of course, you've got Atlantic Avenue, which is really the heartbeat of the city. There's always something happening down here: festivals, parades, art shows. It feels like there's an event every month. The big ones are the Delray Affair in the spring, Garlic Fest, where everything somehow has garlic in it, and the St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is huge. Around the holidays, downtown lights up with the 100-foot Christmas tree and a full-on winter wonderland vibe. On top of that, you'll see art walks, wine and seafood festivals, and live concerts at the amphitheater. It's one of those places where you can just walk outside and something is happening. If you're into arts and culture, Delray has a lot going on. Old School Square, which is now the Delray Beach Center for the Arts, is always busy with concerts and shows. The Cornell Art Museum is right there too, with rotating exhibits, and you'll find little galleries tucked all around downtown, so you can literally walk out of a restaurant and stumble into an art show. One of my personal favorite spots is the Arts Garage. It's small, it's intimate, and a great place to catch live music, comedy, or a cool performance. And speaking of unique experiences, you've also got the Murakami Museum in Japanese Gardens. It's 16 acres of peaceful walking paths, koi ponds, bonsai trees. Honestly, it feels like stepping into a whole nother world. Delray has some great parks. Lake Ida is one of the best, with open green space, picnic spots, a dog park, and Big Lake, where you will see people either boating or fishing. Veterans Park is right on the Intracoastal and perfect for relaxing and watching boats go by. You can even hop on the sightseeing boat tour from there. If you like nature walks, head west to Wakadahachi Wetlands or Green Cay Nature Center. Both have awesome trails where you'll spot gators, turtles, and plenty of birds. And one thing you'll notice about Delray is how active people are. Joggers on A1A, cyclists riding through town, families walking together. It's got that healthy outdoorsy vibe. For kids and families, there's a ton to do. Sandaway Discovery Center has shark feedings and marine life exhibits, and the Delray Children's Garden is a cool little hands-on spot. Putting around mini golf is always fun, and Pop Stroke, which is Tiger Woods' modern mini golf, takes it to another level with 2 courses, a restaurant, and a rooftop bar. As I repeated before, on the weekends, I love taking my girls to the U-Pick Strawberry Patch. If retro is more your thing, Silver Ball Arcade downtown is packed with pinball and classic arcade games, plus cocktails for the adults. And for a laid-back Saturday morning, the Delray Green Market is always a win. Fresh produce, local food, and plenty of things to snack on while you stroll. And then, of course, there's the fitness side of things. The Delray Beach Tennis Center is top-notch and even hosts the Delray Beach Open. Pickleball is everywhere now. You'll see yoga on the beach, group boot camps in the parks, and cyclists all over A1A. When it comes to gyms, Delray leans boutique with spots like Slash Fitness, The Lab, HEW, TRX Training Center, F45, or Pure Life, Live Well, and Delray Beach Boxing. But you've also got your big box gyms like LA Fitness, Planet Fitness, and Retro if that's more your style. And once the sun goes down, Delray really knows how to keep the fun going. Johnny Brown's is always lively with live music and people spilling into the street. Tin Roof is another one that brings the live bands and a little bit of that Nashville vibe. Throw Social is like an adult playground with neon lights, couches outside, and games inside. Sandbar across from the beach is a perfect flip-flops and a drink day spot. Honey brings the nightclub vibe with DJs, while the Blue Anchor gives you a totally different feel with its historic British pub setup. Rumor has it it's even haunted. Tim Finnegan's Irish Pub is another local go-to for live music and a proper Guinness, and Bounce is newer with more of a Miami-style lounge scene. And if you're looking for something more chill, iPick Theaters makes date night easy with recliners, cocktails, and dinner brought right to your seat. So yeah, whether you're into beaches, festivals, arts, family activities, fitness, or nightlife, Delray is one of those places where there's always something going on. When it comes to schools, Delray really holds its own. A lot of families move here specifically because of the education options. On the public side, you've got some real standouts. Morecambe Park Elementary is one of the crown jewels. Niche.com gives it an A. Great Schools gives it a 10 out of 10. And the student-teacher ratio is a solid 16:1. That combination of strong academics and smaller class sizes is a big reason why it's so in demand. Banyan Creek Elementary is another great one with a strong STEAM program and a reputation for innovative learning. And if we go up to middle school, Eagles Landing consistently earns an A rating. High school zoning can sometimes lean into Boca, which isn't a bad thing at all. Some parts of Delray feed into Spanish River and Olympic Heights, both A-rated schools with strong academic programs. So depending on where you buy, you might end up with a Boca school zone, which helps with property values. If private school is more your lane, Delray's got plenty of options. American Heritage is one of the big names with an A+ grade on Niche and an incredible 5:1 student-teacher ratio. That personalized attention is a huge draw. Other local private schools like Divine Savior Academy, Trinity, Delray Lutheran, and Unity School all score an A on Niche as well, so you really can't go wrong. If you're willing to look just a little outside Delray, nearby Boca has some heavy hitters too. Pinecrest, Grandview Prep, St. Andrews, St. Joan of Arc, and Donna Klein Jewish Academy. These are all nationally respected schools that families move here specifically for. And for higher education, you've got FAU right around the corner, which keeps growing its programs and reputation, plus Palm Beach State College and Lynn University in Boca. So whether it's public, private, or higher ed, Delray gives families a lot of great options, and honestly, the school zones here are one of the main reasons people from all over the country end up moving to Delray. That's a wrap on the brand new 2025 Delray Beach City Guide. This one went way deeper than the version we did a few years ago, and I hope it gave you a clear picture of what life here is really like. We make these videos to deliver as much value as possible, and the feedback has been incredible. A lot of you have told us these guides have helped with major decisions about moving to South Florida, and that's exactly why we keep doing them. Now I want to hear from you. Comment below and tell me what I missed, your favorite spot in Delray, or even a community that you'd like us to cover next. I read all of your comments, and your feedback really does help shape these videos. Now here's a fun fact before we wrap. Delray has been home to quite a few celebrities over the years. Kevin James had a beautiful home on the ocean that he sold a few years ago. French Open tennis champion Coco Gauff grew up right here, and her family still lives in the area. Out west in Stone Creek Ranch, you'll find some heavy hitters like billionaire hedge fund manager Steve Cohen, NFL linebacker Khalil Mack, and singer-songwriter Romeo Santos. Grammy Award winner Alicia Keys is even reported to be building a home there as we speak, so you can add her to that exclusive list. And the newest addition to Delray's celebrity roster, none other than the legendary Mike Tyson, who just bought a $13 million home earlier this year in Tierra del Rey, one of West Delray's most exclusive neighborhoods. And speaking of Tyson, that brings us to the number one question we get from buyers. Who's better, Boca or Delray? It's the ultimate matchup. Both cities come out swinging with luxury homes, restaurants, nightlife, and lifestyle perks. Boca throws jabs with its country clubs and upscale shopping. Delray hits back with uppercuts from Atlantic Avenue, the beach, and that artsy small town charm. So we're making it official. My lead buyer's agent, Armando, and I are stepping into the ring together for the first time in our upcoming Boca vs. Delray video. Think of it as the championship round. We're going toe-to-toe to find out who really takes the belt as the undisputed champion of South Florida living, or at least in Palm Beach. It's going to be fun, it's going to be different, and trust me, it's going to hit harder than a Mike Tyson uppercut. So make sure you subscribe and keep an eye out, because that one is dropping very soon. And if you're still on the fence, maybe considering Boca too, I've already done a full deep dive on Boca, which you can check out right over here. Thanks for hanging with me for the full 20 minutes plus. I know we went a little over, but hopefully it was worth it. Again, I'm Jonathan. This is Live South Florida, and I'll see you in the next video.